Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be here this evening and to present to you our annual Board of Education Counseling Update. This year, our presentation will focus on the changing needs of our students, and tonight the counselors will highlight new programs and initiatives across the K-12 continuum. In support of all of these changing needs, let me introduce our talented and enthusiastic team of counselors. Rebecca Castellano, co-coordinator and high school counselor. Cheryl Thomas, Allison Winston, and Megan Bradley, high school counselors. In the middle school, Pamela Roth and Susan Leiden. And adding to our team is Marianne Flatley, SEL counselor, K-12, whose role this year has expanded to the Bedford Road School. Also joining us this evening is Andrea Restrepo. So before I turn the program over to the team, I just wanted to take a moment to reintroduce you to our K-12 Comprehensive School Counseling Program plan. In the high school, if you wouldn't mind, we have a plan for 9 through 12 where it will illustrate for everyone what the program's delivery method as well as the ASCA mindsets and behaviors for each one of the initiatives. Guess we're having a little technical difficulty. We also have this a plan drawn for the Pleasantville Middle School as well as the Bedford Road School, and we invite you and our school community to visit our website with each of the buildings access to the link of their plan as well as our beliefs, vision, and mission statements. I'd now like to invite Marianne Flatley to the podium to share with you the great work she's doing in the Bedford Road School.
Good evening. Thank you for having us here tonight. These are the updates on the school counseling program at the Bedford Road School. This is my third year as the K-12 social and emotional, or SEL, counselor. Prior to that, I was a student assistance counselor in the district for 6 years. The K-12 SEL counselor position was created in response to the COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on students. Since my first year, the K-12 counselor role has evolved, and I'm now spending more time at BRS. The role of the school counselor at the elementary level continues to grow and develop. So in terms of individual and small group counseling, I've been able to increase the number of students I meet with for individual and small group counseling. In addition, I continue to extend my support to students throughout recess to help connect those skills that we learn during our sessions to really in-the-moment situations that come up during recess. Consultations are really important in my role. I provide consultations with teachers, with our psychologists, administrators, and families. At BRS, we take the same approach to student support that we do at the middle school and the high school. So our child support team meets every A-Day to discuss and plan interventions for students. Collaboration with families is critical to my role. I regularly communicate with parents, with caregivers to discuss student issues, to offer helpful strategies that can be used at home, and to connect them to community resources when necessary. This year in K through 4 classrooms, I continue to deliver monthly skill-based SEL lessons. Yesterday, for example, we finished up a cycle of lessons related to personal space, setting boundaries, assertive communication strategies. Beautiful. At BRS, we continue to use the zones of regulation as a guiding tool. New this year, we are using 2 versions, one for lower elementary, for kindergarten through 2nd grade, which is pictured right here on this slide, and one for upper elementary in 3rd and 4th grade classrooms. Through the support of Pleasantville Strong, we now have new large posters in all classrooms and all shared spaces at BRS, which is very helpful. So we changed this. In addition to the zones of regulation posters, our SEL team created at the end of last school year a Getting to Green poster, which includes diverse coping strategies. Green, of Getting to Green, is in reference to the green zone in the zones of regulation, and that's where we're feeling relaxed, focused, calm, and really ready to learn. So each SEL counseling lesson this year begins with practicing a getting to green strategy, such as belly breathing, positive self-talk. We really have to practice these skills, just like reading skills and writing skills and critical thinking skills. We have to practice coping skills. You know, with a lot of self-awareness and a lot of practice, we get better. The new posters have really enhanced the use of a common language throughout BRS about emotions and coping skills, which has been very helpful. In terms of student leadership, last school year, the Bucket Filler Committee started back up, which was exciting after taking a break during COVID. This is a group of fourth graders who spread intentional kindness throughout not only BRS, but through the greater Pleasantville community. Mr. Pincava, Ms. Benanti, and I advised this really creative and compassionate and action-oriented group of students. It's been a lot of fun working with them. One new leadership initiative that was really born out of discussions in our child support team meetings is a specialized kind of buddy program between Pleasantville High School students and BRS students. BRS students who are emerging English language learners meet in groups with PHS students who are in the National Honor Society for Spanish, since Spanish is the home language to most of our English language learning students. Students engage in activities that are really fun, they're educational, and they're really relationship building. I believe in this picture right there, they're playing bilingual bingo, which was really fun. They had prizes, and it was a really good time. There are regular updates on these and other SEL and counseling initiatives in Mrs. Hunger's weekly newsletter to BRS families. So spending more time at BRS really allows me to be a part of a team that equips students with foundational skills that they will really grow and develop throughout their K-12 experience. It's also helped me to improve the transition of students from BRS to the middle school. So at this point, I will invite Mrs. Leiden up to talk about what's new with the Pleasantville Middle School counseling program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you, Mrs. Flatley, and thank you to the board for having us here. While Ms. Roth and I will share what's new at the middle school, I do want to mention that we continue to offer a robust and well-rounded program at PMS, which includes our continued work with classroom advisories, DBT classes, SEL skills, grade level town hall meetings, and collaboration with outside resources such as the student assistance counselor, Andrea Restrepo, who will also be speaking this evening. While the 4th to 5th grade transition has always been in place, the presence of the K-12 social emotional counselor at BRS has greatly enhanced building the bridge for our 4th graders as they move from BRS to the middle school. This spring, Mrs. Flatley scheduled individual meetings with a number of 4th graders to visit the middle school and meet with me. A few parents joined these visits as well. My observations of this was that this made a huge difference for students' anxiety levels and overall well-being as they began in September. It also gave the parents peace of mind knowing who the key support people were for their child come September. So while we've always had that communication, I feel that the presence of the K-12 SEL counselor really made a difference in communicating, and I think we could see that with the students and the families. Another key factor, as Mrs. Flatley mentioned, was the use of common language and systems of emotion regulation. Mrs. Flatley mentioned using the zones of regulation as a guiding tool, getting to green, which is optimal for learning. I love that. Remind that myself, get to green. 5th graders are familiar with this language, which makes it very meaningful for us to use it in the middle school. A new program we're introducing at PMS, as well as at the high school, is School Links. School Links is a software platform which replaces Naviance. Ms. Castellano will be talking about School Links as in relation to the high school as well this evening. As counselors, we support students in the academic realm, college and career readiness, and social emotional wellness. We're fortunate that this new platform has programs and activities in all three of those areas. Last week, Ms. Roth and I held advisories where the 7th and 8th graders completed the onboarding process in School Links. It got them logged in, and they had to answer a series of questions, which was very age-appropriate, developmentally. They got a kick out of it. At the end, really, it was more like personality. At the end, it gave suggested who they match with celebrity-wise. So that was a big hit. I tried to tell them it really doesn't matter, but they didn't. They liked that. Next, we plan on having them complete a learning style assessment as well as a social emotional assessment. So we're really pleased thus far with School Links because it has a very middle school user-friendly, programs that it offers. Now I would like to introduce Pam Roth, also from the middle school.
Okay, thank you, Sue. Thank you for having us. I'm very excited to be up here talking to you tonight about a new program called Breathe for Change. So as we continue to face unprecedented mental health challenges with the adolescent population, we are always looking for new ways to engage students in positive, healthy coping strategies. So last year, I started a lunchtime yoga program for all students at the middle school, and it was very well attended and well received. And that sort of one thing led to another. And after many meetings and conversations, Marianne and I researched and applied to the Fund for Learning to help us bring Breathe for Change to Pleasantville. And we're extremely grateful that Fund for Learning has supported our grant and is allowing us to begin our journey. We're very excited. So there's an abundant amount of research that connects the practice of mindfulness and meditation to psychological and physical well-being. So practices such as yoga and meditation show significant reductions in stress and improvement in resiliency both in and out of the work environment. So this program aligns with our goals, with our district goals of total well-being, sustaining positive emotion, and enhanced social emotional skills for all students and staff. So this program will help us complement our current DBT program, and it's going to expand it beyond those individual SEL lessons. In January, we start our official training, Marianne and I, and we're very excited. It's a dual certification for yoga and SEL, and it's an opportunity for us to bring mindfulness not only to students, but to the staff, so that the staff can better serve the kids. We already have a site visit set up with Irvington, who is using the program, and we'll be doing that in November. So we're very excited about this, and we're very grateful to Pleasantville and the Fund for Learning for supporting us. I will now turn it over to Andrea Restrepo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Restrepo, the Student Assistance Counselor here at the high school and the middle school. This used to be Ms. Flowley's old position. Student Assistance is a substance abuse prevention agency. I am a social worker, and Pleasantville Middle School and High School are two schools out of 51 in Westchester County that partners with SAS. I started this role in early June of last year. Of last school year, and was excited to hit the ground running for the school year. As Student Assistance Counselor, I am a confidential resource for both students and families here in Pleasantville. While we know that most teens don't use alcohol and other drugs, we do know that teens can be vulnerable to turn into substance use because of social and emotional factors in adolescence. So it's important to reduce risk factors and boost protective factors. In grades 7 through 12, I provide short-term, confidential, individual, and small group counseling for many issues that teens may face. I receive referrals through friends, faculty, parents, guardians, staff, and students who self-refer. I participate in child support team meetings in the middle school and high school to discuss and plan interventions for students. Well, when students need additional resources that I can't provide, I refer to school personnel, school counselors, school psychologists, or I'll partner with the family to connect them with an outside provider. I provide consultations with and educational programs for faculty and families. Partnering with faculty and families is a key part as my role as SAS counselor. Research shows that perceived parental disapproval is the #1 reason teens give for making good choices when it comes to using alcohol and other drugs. So even when teens seem like they're not listening, they are. An important role of SAS program is for counselors to advise a school wellness club. Since Sources of Strength is a well-established in Pleasantville High School, I am the new primary advisor. Sources of Strength holds school-wide health promotional activities related to teen wellness and healthier life choices. For example, you may have noticed that it is Red Ribbon Week, a national substance abuse prevention campaign, and we are in the middle of a week filled of education and activities related to positive coping skills and making smart choices about substance use. In conclusion, I will be sharing 4 initiatives that we have done to start off the new year. The first initiative is Newcomers Group, which is groups for new students to the district. I am conducting 5 separate groups for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, and I also have an E&L student group since I am bilingual. I have introduced myself to students in grades 7 through 12, and I'm implementing prevention education in grades 7 through 8th. Last week was freshman program on PSAT Day, where we partner with the Harris Project to promote prevention and awareness about the link between mental health challenges and substance use. Finally, the Westchester County Youth Task Force is a way for high school students throughout Westchester County to meet monthly to plan, design, promote wellness activities for their schools and communities. It's exciting to report that we have 6 Pleasantville High School students participating in the Youth Leadership Task Force this year. I'm looking forward to the rest of the school year. Thank you, and I will now pass it on to Ms. Castellanos.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Okay. So, good evening, everybody, and thank you for allowing me this opportunity to share a little with you about what's been happening in the school counseling office. So, yeah, that's me. Okay. It has been a dynamic start to the school year, in part because it feels like some of the practices prior to COVID are back, and it's been great to see more students in our offices engage not just in the college process, but meeting in our offices about a variety of topics. And knowing that the fall is big with college admissions, let's talk a little bit about that. So, starting with college admissions representatives. We will host over 100 representatives that will be coming to our building. So the season for them starts in September and it will go through November, second week or so. Students in both grades 11 and 12 have been actively engaged in these meetings with the reps to such a degree that we've had to move locations using the auditorium at times to be able to host everybody. Kids are asking great questions, and the fact that we're seeing more juniors looking at what the options are is exciting. Having them be present, not just virtual visits, has been phenomenal. While there have been several college fairs in the area, which has been traditional, it's happened every year, what's new for us was the opportunity to take a small group of students to that college fair. It was hosted at Sarah Lawrence College, and it was a great opportunity for students who typically wouldn't have that opportunity to engage with the reps, ask great questions. It was even noted that our kids spent the time doing what they were supposed to do, which was meeting people, shaking hands, knowing what's up. So it was wonderful to see. The college essay workshops, we took a new twist on this, getting some feedback, listening to what folks were looking at and what they needed, We started the college essay workshops with seniors as a continuation this fall from the work that we did in the junior year. So let me explain. In junior year, in the spring of junior year, we invited our consultant, Wendy Freed from WordCraft, to come in and introduce the idea of the personal narrative. It's a very different form of writing, and it's essential as part of the college essay. So in the spring, Wendy came in, worked with our English department, and worked with the juniors. In the fall, she came back to do her college essay workshops with our students. And it's been dynamic. Every slot is filled. Tuesdays and Thursdays are hopping in our office. But what's better, students are also engaged with their English 12 teachers. They're doing it activity period, lunch periods, free periods. Our teachers are giving them time. During the PSAT workshop, that was a very relevant and busy time for them. They were there doing workshops about writing, college essays, the lists, the applications. So it was great to see that level of engagement. Pardon me. There we go. Throughout the start of the school year, seniors have been actively engaged in that process. And then we get to flip it a little bit, and let's talk a little bit about BOCES. It's back. So I don't know anybody here. Emily, I think you're the only one here that had the experience. The entire 10th grade gets to go to the BOCES Career Fair, which is a great class trip, and it's relevant. It's about learning about the careers that we only talk about but may not get the chance to witness. So it's an opportunity for the sophomore class to go out and hear people working in the field. They picked two different careers, and they identified those careers by using the SchoolLinks platform assessments, which Ms. Leiden spoke about briefly, and I'll tell you a little bit more about. Throughout the fall, our engagement with students and families has been robust, and it continues through the School Counseling Pville Instagram account that's maintained by Megan Bradley. They get updates and postings on Schoology, which we sent out through the office, announcements in the Daily Panther that are made daily for students, and then there's open communication from our office to the hands of the parents through the eSchool Messenger service. I don't have the clicker. Thank you. So I'm going to give you a little information about SchoolLinks. SchoolLinks has been the greatest launch this fall. It's our new college and career platform, which we instituted in place of Naviance. Now, we made this move very thoughtfully after vetting several platforms and found that the interface on this system was much more dynamic and relatable to students while providing useful and relevant information about careers, colleges, as well as a host of assessments that are relevant to student learning styles as they progress through the high school and plan for the future. Mrs. Leiden spoke a little bit about how that looked like in the middle school. It changes as the students change, so the lessons are relevant as our kids get older. We started what we call the onboarding process, getting them on board, and also having them do a quick assessment last spring with the juniors. They enjoyed it. We went back when they became seniors to reintroduce and teach different features to them. Then we got the rest of the student body and our faculty logged in. By going into the classrooms, in about 4 or 5 weeks, we were able to get all students, almost 100%, 9 through 12, onboarded. During that time, we were able to present relevant lessons, and then we took advantage and we got them on board. And so they're on that system. Moving forward, we will be working with the PCO to onboard and train families. We have a date. It's going to be November 1st here in the evening, so we're excited to partner again with the PCO in a way that we haven't done since before COVID, so it'll be the first time in the fall, and that'll be exciting for us. And then the last one that I want to mention, it's a tool that we use, but I think it's information important to share with you. The College Application Manager is one on the side of the counselors that we see and we use actively. We work with a representative from SchoolLinks. They check in with us periodically to make sure that the system is great, which is fabulous and different than Naviance ever did. But having said that, the consultant pointed out to us, although we didn't need to be told because we're seeing the increase in the volume, we're answering the calls, Over 1,000 college applications are currently managed in the system. Our first due date was October 15th. Our next due date is going to be November 1st. And that's not the entire senior class. You have just about 140 seniors. So over 1,000 applications right now are kind of running through the system. And we're excited to see how the system is working and that it's working well. The students are engaged in it, they're asking good questions, and they're using it appropriately. So in summary, the fall for us has been busy and wonderful in terms of seeing our students across grades and giving them the individual time that we're lucky to be able to give them, while connecting with our students individually throughout the year and starting strong with the seniors and the freshmen this fall. So thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Connell, who's going to close it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's a lot.
Thank you. We began the presentation this evening sharing with you our comprehensive plan, which is based on our vision, beliefs, and mission. And those are specific to the elementary, middle, and high school buildings. However, they're rooted in the premise of the district's mission statement. When the district embarked on its 2026 strategic planning initiative, I was fortunate to be part of the planning team. And at that time, we crafted this mission statement, which drives the work that we all do every day, every week of the year. Within the counseling department, we purposefully strive to provide those programs and services that mirror our mission statement, as well as the 3 domains of counseling. Our journey as a team began in 2002 with the development of this comprehensive plan that we speak of. Pamela Roth and Cheryl Thomas, along with Elizabeth Hamill and Barbara Brandenburg, our then colleagues, created the framework for which our students are empowered to become lifelong learners, dynamic thinkers, and contributing citizens, from which we continue our work today. Our team has changed over time, adding the expertise of Susan Lydon, who brought a depth of understanding within her experience as a psychologist and guided us with the compassion and respect which is essential to the work of the counselor. Marianne Flatley, she joined us first, yes, as SAS, but is now an integral member of our counseling team, serving as our K-12 SEL counselor, where she has helped to broaden the services within the BRS building and has bridged the connection from BRS to the middle school and to the high school. She's done this by providing a safe and supportive environment for all students. Rebecca Castellano joined our team in the high school, sharing her passion for collaboration. She brings a new perspective to our work and has pushed us all to new heights. And when Allison Winston came on board, we were thrilled with her desire for service. She is a champion of all causes to support our students. And last year, Megan Bradley rounded out the team with her dynamic enthusiasm, creativity, and her zest for leadership. She began as she was instrumental in the revision of our school profile this year. She created our Instagram account, keeping us in the 21st century, and serves as the co-president of our local counseling organization, WIPCA. I'm very proud to work alongside this team of counselors. Their work is a legacy to the community where our students enter to learn and go forth to serve. Thank you very much, and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.